Now here's another assignment for you. What I want you to do is take exactly what we did for the saw blade enemy, create a whole new enemy that moves up and down, just like this bee here. So if you want, you can use the same bee sprite. So just make an enemy that moves up and down using whatever sprite you prefer. And if you need any help, please reference the video for the saw blade, and then I'll show you how to do it in the next video. I hope you were able to get some of that going on your own, but if you had any trouble, I'm just going to walk you through it right now. So this process is literally the exact same thing we did with the saw, except we're going to make it vertical and move up and down. But the creation process is the exact same. So I'm going to go to the sprites folder, enemies. I'm going to grab the bee sprite. I'm just going to move it here. I'm just going to reset its position. Create an empty, and I'll call this bee enemy. I'm going to reset this one just to make sure we always have everything at the center. I'm going to add the bee under it. Now I'm just going to do it in a bit of a different order than I did before. So I'm just going to move this so it's away from that gizmo. For the bee, I'm going to add the circle collider first. That's much too big, so I'm going to make it a bit smaller here. I'm going to actually lower it a bit. I want it more focused on the bee itself than the wings. So about there should be good. Could probably even do a bit smaller, but we can play test that as we go. Now again, I'm going to make this a trigger. And I also want to add the waypoint mover. So add moving platform. And now we need to make 2 different waypoints for it. And you could make multiple waypoints. You can make it just like the moving platform where it moves in various directions. And that's the great benefit of the way we made this script. So we could actually make this bee move left and right, and then up and down. And we could do that all at the same time with no code change. Okay, so let's make a child here. I'll call this waypoint 0. I'm going to duplicate that for waypoint 1. And let's move them around. So I am going to put waypoint 0. I think I'll put it up here. And then waypoint 1 I'm going to put down here. So I'm going to make the bee go all the way down, and then we can jump over it. So let's select the bee, let's drag in the waypoints here, and now we're going to see their gizmos. We can just straighten these out. We could do the same thing we did before, so I'm going to select the X. I'll just set it to be negative 4.5 it looked like there. I'll set this one to be negative 4.5. And now they're going to be straight up and down. And just for the visual approach, we'll just put the bee here. But when it starts, it's automatically going to move there. And that should be it, other than we forgot one important thing. Hopefully you remember this here, where if we run this right now, our player's not going to be able to hit it and die or respawn. So let's set its tag to be a hazard. Let's test our game. Okay, again, we forgot the sorting layer. So I'm going to do the same as I did on the last one for the sorting layer. I'm just going to set it to be platforms. And this one, I would actually want to be ahead of platforms. So I'm just going to set it to be 1. So it won't go behind the platform like the saw blade did. All right, and there we have our bee going up and down. So I can jump over it. And then if I bump into it, I respawn. Okay, so you now have 2 simple enemies in your game. And now all we got to do is let's go to our prefabs folder. We'll drag this in to make it a prefab. And now we have a prefab for our bee enemy.